Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to the channel for today's video. I'm bringing you in a little bit into the action, and by action I mostly just mean, in the beginning of this game I had mostly just spent the time looting, but I wanted to bring you all in, just talk a little bit. I wanted to play as Red Deku just because, my video from a few weeks ago playing as the default Deku versus, full Bullet Deku, it did really, really well, and I feel like this game just reiterates how good I feel like full Bullet Deku can be. And I understand in the Ultra Rumble fan base, a lot of people have some feelings about full Bullet Deku. Lately, I just feel like some of my best games have been with him. I try my best to switch up with the characters, which also I had ran into this endeavor, and I had realized that my Muriel was very, very low on health. Well, not very, very low, but getting low. So I wanted to heal up a little bit. I have a team shield, help the Miri out a little bit, which I knew that the Miri would be able to get away way better than I could. And, I gotta do this endeavor just to get back to my team because I did split up a little bit. I'm not normally the split up type, but I wanted to try to get a little bit of extra loot because as this Deku, I'm confident in my ability to get away, and, I was noticing that Muriel's health wasn't going down, so I just assumed he was getting away, which, thank the Lord. So, a question I have for you all is, what characters would you like to see added to this game in the near future? My picks are mostly villains, just because I feel like, there's not a lot of villains in this game right now, and, there's some interesting villains that in the series that they can add to this game. Stain, Overhaul, which I'm pretty sure Overhaul is in the game files for this game. You can add Muscular, you can add I think his name was Redastro, the one with the stress quirk. You can add him, you can add the rest of class 1A. In theory, which I understand Once Justice is more of a arena fighting game, but all of the characters that are in Once Justice, I don't see why they could not be added to this game, because I've played a little bit of Once Justice, and I understand how, they apply their quirks in that game. There's no reason to think why they couldn't add them, even though this game is already pretty toxic. But back to the action, I finally caught up to my teammates, which, realized that both of them had already done a great job being taken on a 2-on-3. I feel like I showed up at the perfect time. Heroes always show up late. But, I'm here dodging, but also realizing that, I'm starting to leak a little bit myself. So, here, another full Bullet Deku, which, I gotta take him out because I know how deadly full Bullet Deku can be, considering the fact that I am one. But, got rid of him. There's 5 teams left, 13 people. Not a crazy amount, which also had some loot for my Dabi that I needed to drop, which, for my Dabi, I understand completely. I'm sure you're like me to an extent where you don't have the Crazy Torch Dabi, but you would probably really, really want them. I mean, who wouldn't want the stuff that comes in this game? And, it's crazy. I was just having a conversation about, the last time I got in a really good pull was when Twice did. That was about 4 months ago. But back to the action, I realized my teammates had opened the box. I wanted to mark their revives just because, I don't want to carry 2 because I can't tell you how many times where unintentionally I was carrying, 2 sets of revive cards, and then I'm the one who dies and my teammates don't have any. And Muriel having some of, if not the best mobility in this game, he can definitely get away. So I realized, some of the smoke, no pun intended, because that's Endeavor, is over there. So I was like, you know what, I want some action. I want to go fight. Which, my levels are looking all pretty decent. Which, I realized that, somebody's being finished right in front of me. But I didn't really have the clearest of shots. It's all good. We're pushing pretty strong. This team, I think we're third partying them. So, they're pretty low. But I, wanted to get up here, which, realized, that I missed the all for one. And also that, Ochako got me, which also, that all for one probably would have died if he did not do that, which I mean, I totally get it, which, we're gonna marinate in Storm for a little bit just to get my health back, which, this Dabi saw my heal going on, which I'm guessing the Dabi assumed that, hey, I'll be alright if I go next to Deku with it. Hey, I mean, I'm the next symbol of peace. I'm the, current wheeler of One for All, so I totally get it. So, 4 teams left. We've got 1 kill, we've got an assist. We've got some decent damage for the action that we have gotten into. We haven't had too many encounters with enemy opponents. I should neutralize it. But we are still in the middle of some action. There's a Nochako nearby, which has been getting under my skin lately because, you know, at the top of aquatic zone. And also another question for you all, you know, leave a comment down below. Do you prefer, you know, the old map or the new one? I prefer the new one by far, even with the reworkings to Mountain Zone. I just feel like they both play so different, and you know, with my play style is best suited on the new map. It's just, I think it just plays way better, and you know, like it encourages, you know, it encourages all ranges of combat. While on this map, I feel like, you know, I get chased down, you know, I get triple team, 2-on-1 way more on this map than the other one. But also, it does depend on which character I'm playing as for both, because you know, certain characters, in my opinion, play better on the other map. Which also, I'm over here getting jumped. I gotta run, which, you know, I pushed a little too far, you know, alone, but that is okay. Which, you know, I have, you know, good teammates who can, you know, bring me back. So we will take you back to the action in a moment.
Yet. In a flash. This battle's about to go hardcore. Ready to do this. Perfect. I'll use this.
Thank you, Lumillion, for bringing me back. I really appreciate it. And, you know, while I'm sort of coming back into this game, I just want to talk about, you know, the future of this game, because in a few days, College Football 25 will come out, which will have a huge audience. October, a little bit after my birthday, the next Split Guys and Kaichi, Sparking Zero, will be out, which that'll definitely have my attention. But, you know, for this game, you know, I appreciate what it's done for me because I'm new to the content creation space. I've been doing it for a little over a month. And, you know, it's done a lot. You know, I've shared it with a couple of people. You know, some people have, you know, been recommended my videos and watched them. And to everyone who's watched my video, left a comment, left a like, thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, this is giving me a chance to showcase my skills a little bit, which, you know, that's exactly what I was hoping for. But back to the action. Our levels are low, and we're trying to catch back up to our teammates. And so, you know, when situations like this, when I'm brought back into a game, I know that, you know, I'm likely not going to be the MVP of, you know, my second life. I'm just trying to, you know, not lose the game for my team, because the Dabi and Mirio, which also, Mirio, you saved me, I gotta save you. But I don't want to, you know, go too far alone again like I did, you know, when that got me dead in the first place. Which also, you know, I don't know what happened to him that time, but, you know, I did I'm doing what I can. You know, I ran up to him, Dabi placed a couple of traps, which helped me out, saved him again. But I did not know I was bringing him to a third team, so luckily they were not in the best position to, you know, take advantage of, you know, Mirio having low health and me being low level, because they kind of let us go. But, you know, I'm stubborn, so I kind of want a little bit more action, in which, you know, I realized that our Dabi had team healed us, so thank you very much for that. He wasn't moving for a second, so I, you know, in real time, I was thinking that, was he AFK? But it's like, maybe he's just hiding. So also, I was not going to let all three of them start to heal again. You know, I got a guard break, which, you know, was pretty clutch. Also, I see people trying to revive people. I'm like, no, you're not allowed. We also did some good damage on the Ochako, which, you know, that's always a good thing to say, and, you know, because, you know, this late in the game, which also, yeah, you need to go, because those cannons this late in the game, that'll be pretty freaking deadly. So, you know, got my second kill, I got 2 assists. We've got some very good damage, and, you know, I needed to get, you know, her loot also, just to help myself get to a respectable fighting point, because the more leveled up I get, the better of a chance we have to win, which also another down, which, you know, it was our teammate, but we got the assist for it. But hey, all good, because also I should not have jumped. You know, like, I kind of just was not disoriented, but kind of was overthinking, like, how would I want to play that, which, you know, we need to heal, because one hit, I'm dead. And, you know, I kind of was just healing with whatever I could, just to help me be able to survive a hit, because most of the time in this game, whenever I feel like I need to heal, there's people nearby me, and so, like, sometimes I like to, you know, use the mini shields to get my health up a little bit, because if I am being chased, the minis can help me get a little bit more health, which will help me survive in the moment. Anyways, we're back to the action, that all for one, that, you know, we need to get rid of that all for one. We need to get rid of the Ochako because both have things on our sides, and we got one thing off the list. Bye-bye all for one. So, you know, the Muriel's finishing him, trying to get his shield back, which, you know, I understand, which, you know, all I wanted was, you know, the loot from it, because both of them are doing a little bit better on loot than me, which also I see the Ochako up there, which, you know, I'm going to do my best to try to catch her, but, you know, she's one of the characters with the best movement in the game. And also, I thought I was so calm, cool, and collected with that, but I thought I was about to get Ochako right there, but I totally was not. But it is all good. You know, also, I see that there's an All Might, and so this is that team earlier where I stopped the revive from, which I'm assuming that they brought their teammate back, considering that beforehand I didn't see a full Bullet Deku. But anyways, I can still show him that I'm the better full Bullet Deku. I showed one Deku that earlier at the beginning of the video. You know, I'll show, you know, anybody else, which also, see him running. He thought he was clear, but he was not. Which I knew since he had an All Might, I needed to hurry up and kill him, take whatever loot I can, which I know he just got brought back, so I'm sure if we had even levels, or even if he had higher levels, I'm sure that, you know, that fight would have played out a little bit differently, but I got the best of him this time. Also, I just so happened to catch this Ochako. This Ochako has been a pain in my side, but pain in my side no longer. Which, you know, Muriel, thank you for, you know, kind of bouncing her back that way so I can get my shield back, which also is just one team left. Which I have no idea who the last person is. But it's an All Might, because, you know, our Dabi just went down, and, you know, our Dabi's in the storm and the circle's moving. I have to bring him back into the circle. Which, you know, that All Might is, you know, steady firing, which, you know, our Muriel is kind of our strongest player right now, because, you know, Muriel can match, you know, All Might's movement, which, you know, my goal was, if I went down, to try to lower All Might's health as much as I can. Which, you know, I was playing a little risky here, but I at least broke his shield, which was helpful. And then we get the game-winning kill for our teammates, which, you know, this game I kind of was just feeling some type of way with the emoting, which I wasn't doing anything too crazy with that. You know, we ended up having 6 kills, which, you know, our comeback was a pretty good comeback. By that I mean most of our kills came, you know, when we were brought back, when we were revived, which, you know, I really, really appreciate my teammates for doing that for me. But to check out the damage, we had over 4,000 damage and 6 KOs. I just want to thank you all for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.